Hello everyone, welcome to Odisha State Open University. I am Shri Rupa Rath and today I would be discussing on business etiquettes. First of all, let us discuss what is business etiquette. Etiquette is manners, courtesies, social conventions and all those behaviors that make our interactions with others in every possible situation pleasant and considerate. Etiquette involves appropriate behavior in business, social and even extraordinary situations. Whether it is greeting a guest, using a napkin while dining or offering condolence to someone, there is a socially approved way of acting. Through etiquette, one reveals the personality, presence, style accepted by convention or authority, and this helps in leaving a good, clear and long-lasting impression on the recipients. Etiquette is certainly an advantage in business communication. Why so? Because it helps in self-branding. How does it help in self-branding? When we conduct ourselves appropriately, we show good manners and courtesies. It speaks a lot about our upbringing, culture, education and family background. So hence, it helps us to brand ourselves. Others would definitely like to have or to create a relationship with us in the future. Secondly, etiquette also facilitates the business environment. Through our polite behavior and courtesies, we make the other person or the other party valued and important. They feel as if they are very important to us, and naturally trust and goodwill is generated. Then, thirdly, knowledge and practice of etiquette make you self-assured and confident. Let us discuss one example here. Let's say in a business event, you are given silverware to have lunch or to have your food, but you do not know how to use them. In that case, you will be in a lot of stress. So it is very important to practice your etiquettes. Practice only makes a man perfect, and naturally you will become confident when you practice the etiquettes over and over again. And finally, sometimes etiquette helps in getting past difficult situations. Let us cite one example here. In meetings or in negotiations, when the discussions become very hostile, or let us say the boardroom is turning into a battleground, in that case, your polite behavior and courtesy will calm the situation. It will smoothen the relationship between the board members. Let us now discuss types of etiquettes. I'll be discussing or I'll be touching mainly 6 types of etiquettes. To start with, social etiquette, workspace etiquette, dressing and grooming etiquette, telephone etiquette, meeting etiquette, and finally, interview etiquette. What is a social etiquette? Social etiquette is nothing but the way we conduct ourselves in social gatherings or business events. In social etiquettes, we have to take care of certain things. That is, how to do a handshake, how to introduce ourselves, how do we exchange visiting cards, and finally, the art of conversation. How do we converse, when to converse, and what to converse. So firstly, I would like to discuss something on handshake. Handshake is usually performed under 4 circumstances. Firstly, when you are being introduced to someone, when you are saying a goodbye, you are welcoming someone, or when someone offers you a hand. Always remember, when doing the handshake, you should approach the person with a pleasant smile and stop at a distance of about 4 to 5 feet while making eye contact, and extend the arm with a slight bend in your elbow. It should not be straight. The elbow should be a little bit bent. The web, that is the skin between your forefinger and the thumb of your hand and the other person's hand should make a firm connection, and the grip offered should be both firm and gentle. Give 2 to 3 pumps before releasing the hand, even if the introduction continues, which usually lasts for 3 to 5 seconds. Be careful that you neither offer a sweaty hand nor try to crush the bones of the other person by too tight a grip. Always be firm and gentle. At social events, hold your drink in your left hand to avoid a cold and wet handshake. If you are wearing gloves, you need not remove them in order to do a handshake. Then, introductions and greetings. Men and women alike should stand up when they are being introduced. You should make eye contact and you should always have a smile on your face with the person to whom you are being introduced to. Greetings such as nice to meet you, hello, sound gracious. Use the title with the second name while you are introducing a person. In case you are introducing a junior or a person who is younger than you, then you can always use the first name. It is common in India for the males to address married ladies as Mrs. and unmarried as Miss. But nowadays, the trend across the world is that irrespective of marital status, women should be addressed as Miss. When people have specific titles, make sure that you use the correct one. Let's say a doctor, captain, or a professor. If you forgot a person's name while introducing, make pretense of remembering it, and normally the other person will fill it up. But you must apologize for your forgetfulness. Don't be rude and bluntly ask, "What is your name?" and have forgotten it. No, always be polite and apologize. Exchange of visiting cards. Always carry easily accessible visiting cards when at workplace. Give the card only if you feel reasonably sure to meet the person in future. In a restaurant or social gathering, don't be in a hurry to give cards, but wait to exchange cards after meal or when you are moving away. After receiving the card, make it a point to read the card, place it on the table in front of you, or put it inside your pocket or card holder. It is bad manners to put away the card without reading it. When traveling to another country, print one side of the card in the language of the country where it is being used. And finally, understated cards printed on good quality paper speak louder than flashy visiting cards. Let us discuss about the art of conversation. Why do we need to converse, and why is it so important? The purpose of conversation in official and social events is for networking, building relationships, and discovering opportunities, strengths with people with whom you hope to conduct business in future. A good conversation usually has 3 parts: warm-up, core, and wrap-up. You should get someone to introduce yourself to a stranger, and if there is no one to do so, you can approach the person and introduce yourself. However, you should wait for the other person to introduce himself or herself. A conversation is a two-way process, so always be a good listener. Don't end up talking the most. You should never walk away from a conversation or a person without saying, "Excuse me, I beg your pardon." Avoid talking about controversial issues like religion and politics. Good topics of conversation are work issues, art, literature, heritage, cuisines, weather, neutral current affairs, etc. It is also inappropriate to inquire about a person's age, salary, caste, religion, or marital status. If the conversation is becoming unpleasant, diplomatically steer toward a safe topic, and if required, apologize and withdraw courteously. During a business lunch or dinner, do not always talk about work. Next, let us discuss about workspace etiquette. What does workspace etiquette mean? It is nothing but how do we conduct ourselves, how do we behave in our workspace or when we are within the office premises. First and foremost, keep your workspace neat and tidy. Always keep your cell phones on silent or vibration mode. Never peep into your co-worker's cubicle. It is really bad manners. Always try to talk in a low voice. Did not shout on the top of your voice. It is bad manners to sneeze or cough without covering your mouth with your hand while you are in workspace or any other public place. Avoid eating chewing gums while in the workplace. It shows a very bad impression. Stay away from nasty politics. Avoid blame games. Never criticize or make fun of your employees or other co-workers. Never attend meetings or seminars without a pen or a notepad. Always reach office on time. No organizations likes to have people who are shabbily dressed. Always take care of your appearance. Be professionally dressed and look smart. While having lunch together, do not start till the other people or the persons have received their food. Slurping coffee, burping and crunching sounds are offensive while at work or in the dining room. If you have a large photocopying job, allow someone with the smaller job to finish first. Stand up if a senior or a client has visited your cubicle. Say please, sorry, thank you as often as you can. Treat all your co-workers and employees with respect. Be very courteous to your support staff and treat them politely. When a visitor or a client leaves, walk the person to the reception on the way out. Then, a very important point is, it is unethical to share your organization's data with someone else. Data in any form must not be passed to anyone outside the organization. Office stationery is meant to be used at work only. Never carry office stationery to home. It is equivalent to stealing. Make sure you turn off the monitors, light, fans, ACs, printers before leaving your cubicle or before leaving for the day. Don't bring your personal work to office. Avoid taking kids to office until and unless it is very urgent. Park your car at the parking space allotted to you. Never park it in the entrance or in some other's way. It might obstruct them. Never drink while you are at work. Smoke only in smoking zones. Do not leave the restroom taps on. And make sure you keep the toilets clean and tidy. Now, let us discuss about dressing and grooming etiquette. It is very important to look good. Your appearance speaks a lot. As it is very rightly said, you will never get a second chance to create that first good impression. So always be well dressed and well groomed. Be smartly dressed. Let us discuss some points or rather some tips how a man should dress and how a woman. Male employees. Male employees ideally should combine a simple shirt with trousers. Make sure the colors are well coordinated. Silk ties are preferable. Wear shoes usually in dark colors like black and brown with color coordinated socks. Do not wear very flashy belts or belts which has broad buckles. Don't wear shoes that make noise while working. Prefer soft leather shoes in black or brown color. Men should always sport a neat haircut. Hair should not fall over the ears, eyebrows and back of the collar. Shave daily. And one of the most important things is body odor should be avoided. It is very important to smell good. Nails should be clipped short. And one more thing, bad breath. You should be always aware of bad breath. Use mouth fresheners or something which keeps you fresh. Female employees. Female employees, it is very much required to wear clothes they are comfortable in and which fits them really well. If you are going for western clothes, then you can wear light color shirts and pair them with trousers or skirts. You can also use scarves, they look elegant. In case of traditional, you can wear properly ironed saris or kurtis and churidars. Women should always tie their hair properly. Hair gel can be used to keep unruly hair in place. Never wear heavy jewelry or flashy jewelry to work. Avoid wearing sharp pointed heels to work. The color of the handbag must be coordinated with your outfit. Women should have well manicured hands with nails clipped short and nail paints, if any, in light color. Now let us discuss about telephone etiquettes. It is very important to have good telephone etiquettes because here the person to whom you are speaking to is unable to see your expressions. So it is your voice, your tone which matters the lot. Always remember, your voice has to be very pleasant while interacting with other person over the phone. Never call any person in odd hours like early in the morning or very late in the night because the person might be sleeping and he must be disturbed. In any official call, don't use words like any guess who I am, as the person on the other side might be busy with something and can get disturbed. It is always better to ask, is it a good time to talk to you? And only then start your conversation. But if you feel the person is busy, then wait for the appropriate time. Make sure your content is crisp and relevant. After dialing, always confirm whether you're talking to the desired person or not. For example, if you want to talk to Jenny, always ask, am I talking to Jenny? Is this Jenny? And then start your conversation. Always carefully dial the numbers. Never be in a rush or dial the numbers in dark as it would lead to a wrong number. If in case you have dialed a wrong number, then don't just hang up the phone. Say sorry or apologize and then keep the phone politely and courteously. Never put the second party on very long holds. After completing the conversation, don't just hang up. Reconfirm the receiver whether he has downloaded the information properly and do end your conversation with words like, it was nice talking to you, take care and a warm bye. Always speak each and every word very clearly because as I have already told you, it is your words that will matter because the person on the other side of the phone is unable to see your facial expressions. In professional talks, never keep the conversation too long as the person might be busy. If you are not the correct person and the speaker needs to speak to someone else, then always say, one moment please, I will call him in a minute. And in case your colleague is not available in the office premises, then take a message on his behalf and always convey the message once he is back in the office. If there is any kind of disturbance in the network, don't just keep speaking for the sake of it. Always call after some time with a better line and network. Now, let us discuss about meeting etiquettes. We have seen board members shouting, fighting in a boardroom. They turn the boardroom into a battleground without realizing that they are not following the office or meeting etiquettes. They are not following the proper code of conduct. So, what all should we know about meeting etiquettes? Try to find out first and foremost what the meeting is all about. Never attend meetings without a notepad or a pen. Always reach on time. Never be late to meetings. It creates a very wrong impression. Do not attend phone calls until and unless it is very urgent. It is always better to keep your phone on silent or vibration mode. Chewing gums should be avoided while meeting. Always be a good listener so that you are able to give your valuable suggestions or feedback when required. Sit wherever you find a place. Don't run here and there inside the meeting room. Fiddling with pen or notepad is one of the major distractions, so never do that. The one chairing the meeting should have a very loud and clear voice. Most important thing is, superiors should always have an agenda before every meeting. Meetings ought to be interactive and allow employees to come up with their valuable feedback and suggestions. Once the meeting is over, minutes of the meeting is circulated across all departments for them to take necessary actions. Use whiteboards, projectors, graphs, pointers, slides for better clarity. Do not convert the meeting room into a battleground. Always be gentle, soft and polite, but you should put forward your point very assertively. Never attend meetings in casuals. Be well dressed using a proper dress code. And finally, let us discuss about interview etiquettes. We all dream for a good job. We all want to get a very high package. But how is that possible? It is only possible when we are able to conduct ourselves properly in an interview. So we should know the minimum interview etiquettes, which is very much required. First and foremost, always reach the interview venue before time. Be very particular about your appearance. I've already told this, you will never get a second chance to create that first impression. So be properly dressed and groomed. It matters a lot. It speaks a lot about your personality. Enter the interviewer's cabin with confidence. Never lie to the interviewer and make manipulative or fake stories. Always be honest. Take care of your pitch and tone. But at the same time, you have to be polite. You should not be aggressive. Stay calm. Avoid being nervous. One must sit straight and in an erect position. Slouching on the table shows a very wrong aspect of your body language. Keep your cell phones in silent mode while attending interviews. Cell phone ringing is an offense during interviews. Chewing gums should naturally be avoided. Do not fold your resumes. Rather, keep it in a proper folder. Carry all other relevant documents which you feel they are necessary for the interview. Slangs and one-liners should be avoided. Avoid cracking jokes with your interviewer. Once you are done with the interview, always thank the interviewer before leaving the room. So, I have discussed 6 types of etiquettes, and these all are very important for us because it helps us to conduct ourselves in a very proper manner in our office or social lives. Thank you.